Now let's move to matters climate. Yes. Now, climate change, without a doubt, has altered the output of sportsmen and women in the world. Jeff Mogire got a chance of speaking to the stakeholders both in the climate change sector as well as in sports to get to know the correlation between the two and file the following.
Across Kenya, climate change has altered many lives in a way never imagined before. Kenya has been on the forefront in the climate change fight, which is posing the biggest threat to the nation's generations.
The reason why we are talking about air quality sensor is because the studies have shown that when athletes run in an area where it is polluted or where there is a lot of carbon emission, they don't produce the best results. Because you see, they suffer, chest, they find it difficult to breathe, they get blocked noses. So you don't expect somebody, even if you or me, a human being, who is not, 100%, healthy, to produce good records. They will not.
A beautiful scenery surrounds the Chepsaita community in Uasin Gishu County. A few years ago, this area did not have the desirable air quality, and so are many other areas in the country. A report from Stockholm Environment Institute indicates that just days to the Great Chepsaita cross-country run, the area recorded massive air pollution.
I think we had some concern because there was a lot of dust. They were putting in last-minute measures, and that's something that you often see, that whenever there's the last-minute preparations, when we have a lot of dust, then we see that the readings show that the air quality is not good. But I think today it looked good for the running.
A report by United States National Library concludes that poor air quality can affect athletes' performance massively.
Tokyo 2021 Olympics, it was the same thing. The marathon and the walk race was changed from Tokyo, 800 meters north of Tokyo, and the athletes were taken to go and run there, a place called Sapporo. Why? Again, because of all these things. So you can see it is a major effect in terms of sports.
As major cities like Abuja, Cairo, Accra, and Harare struggle with air pollutions thanks to industrialization and urbanization, small cities and towns like Eldoret in Kenya, the city of champions, get affected by the day.
During the Nairobi City Marathon this year, we actually partnered also with Rome Electric so that they could bring in electric buses and electric motorcycles so that we reduce actually the use of fuel cars like diesel cars and petrol cars, especially along the marathon route. So I think that's important also for us to then make that switch. But it starts also with awareness. We have to put in the awareness, so we make sure that we manage our waste properly. We make sure that we actually also use alternative technologies that are becoming available, like electric motorcycle, electric vehicles, and most importantly also I think the responsibility, especially in urban areas, the industries. We work with some industries and we see that some of the industries are already putting in better technology that can actually reduce pollution of air.
Athletics Kenya has partnered with Stockholm Environment Institute, the United Nations, to help in mitigation and monitoring. Stockholm Environment Institute provides air quality sensors which provide real-time data for proper planning and routing of sports events.
That is why we have got this air quality sensor, so that whenever we tell our athletes to go and run in a certain place, we are not endangering with their health and their lives. So a very important item, and if you read what World Health Organization have also said, it is not just athletes. It is everybody who is there.
Even as authorities continue to install monitoring sensors, athletes and Kenyan communities have been asked to play their role in safeguarding the environment.
It starts from the community. I think one of the key issues that we have is actually how we manage our garbage and waste. Many times you see that we actually ban, and banning open air banning of waste even in this kind of place actually is one of the serious causes of air pollution. But we also have other sources like our motor vehicles. As you see, we now try to put in measures.
When you see Nairobi River being washed, being being cleaned. It is because of those kind of things. You can imagine the people who live along that area. What do they do? What do they feel every day? Maybe children may not even live for too long. You see, because of bad air quality and so forth. So these are the kind of things that we all need to understand. We want our athletes to continue breaking records, and they can only do that if they are in full, comfort in their body.
The data collected in the next 2 months and 3 years will be crucial as Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania prepare to host CHAN 2025 and Africa Cup of Nations 2027. Jeff Mogire, KTN from Chepsaita, West Niligishu County.
Now, Safaricom unveiled the Chapa Dimba